I look like a hobo in the woods. That's okay. Glasses. Sun's going down. I'm running out of light here. I just thought it'd be a good idea to go outside again and do a video. So I'm going to talk about the MPC sample today and why I'm going to get it. I haven't got it yet, but so we'll get to why I haven't got it yet in a second. But here's my mobile music setup. So we've got the tablet in front of me here. So the tablet's in front of me here. You can see on the screen we've got synth FM, synth. It's like a sort of multi-instrument synth kind of thing. And then we've got this, well, the app that's disappeared, which is Caustic, which should be there. It's not there, and that has a drum machine, and you can plug an MPK into that and use the drum pads. However, there's no way of buying it, and it's not supported by new tablets, and this tablet is old and needs to be replaced, and it won't work on the new tablets. Then we've got this G Stomper app. Let's have a quick look at the G Stomper, top of my roll, when it's a rocker, jumbo roll. That's not how the lyrics go. Okay, live load. Now, I downloaded this many years ago and hardly ever used it, and just continue. So, of course, we've got some sort of TR-88 or sort of, well, 303 bassline style. Very loud bird there, ruining the video. Thank you, nature. So, can't hear nothing. Hold on. Here we go. Of course, to make this work, you would need what's in this bag. Okay, and not only do I have to carry this about, and the MPK if I wanted to have key capability and actual drum pads, which wouldn't work with this, by the way. We need to have a battery pack. Okay, the battery pack. Yep. We need this wire here. That's a USB wire for the speaker or to charge the battery. We need a recording device to sample, rocker microphone. Okay, that's a Zune. I'm hoping I'm putting this up there and not going to fall down. I've got the tablet teetering on this branch here, slightly to an angle. Of course, we need a phone to resample. So we sample in here, hello, and then dub it into there, resample, blah blah blah. And it's probably going to sound pretty trashy. And also this can back up audio as well. I'm trying to get this speed along without throwing my things all over the woods in my man bag. And then inside, of course, we have the speaker. Here we go, that's our speaker. Now that was actually supposed to be my replacement, or the thing I was doing instead of the Live 2, actually. Supposed to be. But then I also decided that it wasn't possible to do what I wanted to do on this tablet because it's rubbish, and had to do this same setup with a laptop. That was my Live 2 kind of setup, or Live 3 now setup. So we've got like a drum machine here. The audio sounds terrible because I bought it all this way and didn't plug it in like a genius, yes, and I don't want to do it now because it ruins the video. So I was using this, never really managed to make a beat out of it. But you know, there are apps on a newer tablet which probably work quite well for making beats. However, I just feel that the MPC sample is probably a better way of, doing music. They're bringing all this stuff I just showed you. You know, I'm going to come out to the middle of the woods like a hobo and do videos, man. And this was supposed to be a music production centre here. I never saw anybody else doing any videos on it, which kind of makes it a problem when you want to learn how to use something. But let's have a little look at see if we can get the speaker plugged in here. This could ruin the video, but we're going to plug that in here like this. Nice Akai red. Going to stick up here on this branch. There we go. Going to plug it in. Actually, I'm going to get my phone recording the audio just in case this stops recording. So let's get this going. Go away. That's it. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we've got this recording now. In case this ruins the audio when I plug the speaker in. Okay, battery pack. A lot to think about when they try and make videos outside. Whereas if I had the MPC sample, there'll be just one device. Well, two devices, the phone, which I'd use to record with, or the tablet, and the MPC sample. No speaker. I think the speaker on the MPC sample would be good enough, but we'll see, because I want to have a quick look at some of the videos that's been made for the MPC sample Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to the YouTube, man. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look. Come on, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So, it costs $400 or £350 UK. Okay, so let's pause this and find my video. Oh yeah. So what we got? Who's been doing videos on this? Okay, I've been seeing people reselling the MPC sample for something like, well, £300 more than what it's actually selling for retail. Don't be a fool and fall for these scalpers who are scalping. Look, who's going to pay this? Look, 1,000 on Etsy. One above my head. £1,025. Are you mental? Come on now. Original boxed MPC sample. Another one here on Etsy. Yeah, going to buy your stuff. Stay away from Etsy, guys. That's cool. Someone's made a cover for it. That's quite nice. I like that. Of course, the MPC sample is a direct competition to the EP133 KO, or the KO2 I thought it was called, and also the Roland 404. So I'm pretty sure I said in one of my other videos that why isn't Akai making something like this? You know, a basic sampler, because that's their competition. That's what this is supposed to, well, be a well, something to compete with. Got all the usual suspects making videos on it. Of course, we've got Av McCree complaining. You have to complain because it gets you views. Of course, your 21,000 views. Yeah. We got Andy Mack on the back, on the plaque. Yeah, we got him. We've got people moaning about it, people liking it, blah, blah, blah. So look, quite a lot of people doing it. It's quite popular, it's sold out. We got my caustic friend there above my head. He likes caustic. And yeah, then we got Bolo. Is he complaining? Yeah. Av McCree again. Av McCree's been going to town on it, hasn't he? Right, anyway, we're running out of battery power, so let's get going. Let's get manoeuvring. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, let's see what Andy Mack's saying about it. Andy Mack, put the plaque. Let's have a look, let's have a look. I mean, you know, let's have a look, let's have a look. Can he convince me to buy it? It's Andy Mack. Yeah. See what? Yeah. Bit low on the volume. Yeah, go away.
Hi there, I'm Andy Mack.
Hi there, I'm Andy Mack.
I'd like to welcome you to this overview of the brand new MPC sample. This is our latest and most compact MPC designed for on-the-go sampling, beat making, and music production.
Wow.
Inspired by 4 decades of hit records and innovation, bringing legendary sampling, sequencing, creative effects into the modern era.
Wow.
MPC Sample runs completely standalone with no computer required, running on 2
Okay, that's the first problem I've got to get to. Sorry, Andy. It's the first problem I've got to get to. Now, I've heard that in order to get your projects and finish them on a laptop or a computer, to get your projects off here, you need the MPC software. And apparently, you have to actually buy the MPC software. It doesn't work on MPC beats. That's the first fail right there. Let's get my phone to be the light source. There we go, look at that. We're professional here. So, yeah. It should be working with MPC Beats, the free thing. I should have to buy £100 software just to get the full functionality of this, to be able to get my projects. I mean, basically the projects on here, they have all the MIDI laid out, right? So the sampler works by triggering MIDI samples, and then the modulation as well is also MIDI. And so I could copy that and paste that into another DAW such as Reason and be able to finish what I'm doing. However, you can only do that apparently with the full MPC software, which costs $100 or £100 or 100. I don't know. It costs over $100 as far as I'm aware. And that's a miss there. That's kind of annoying. That's a miss. I don't like that. Continue, Andy.
Of internal storage for all of your samples and projects, with a built-in rechargeable battery which delivers up to 5 hours of performance. Also,
you wouldn't say, well, of course it's going to be a rechargeable battery. So, yeah, you got a built-in battery. It's a built-in battery. You can't charge it. It's built in though. You can't charge it. Don't state the obvious to us, Andy. We know it's rechargeable battery. It comes with a battery. You have to go and buy your own batteries afterwards. Yeah, it doesn't recharge.
Which is a dedicated speaker, a built-in microphone for audio recording and sampling, and a color screen which provides you with all of your visual
Professional
feedback. On the rear panel, MPC Sample
this video here in the woods here really does put, you know, my name, professional, on here. This is really, really good. I hate being at home doing videos because the walls are paper thin and the neighbour can hear me and he starts banging on the wall and things like this. When he's drunk or something, I don't know, and he says he can't remember about it, I don't know. I said, did you bang on my wall today? Did you bang on my wall yesterday? And he's like, no, and then goes back inside. That happened once. You know, we're civil with each other. But I know he can hear me and it's just really off-putting.
Headphone output, external clock sync, MIDI in and out for connecting external MIDI devices, 1/4-inch audio inputs and outputs with gain control, USB-C for USB audio and MIDI.
Yeah. It's got all these standard connections that you've got.
Groove to your beat.
Strobe. Yeah.
You can create up to 128 sequences, which can then be chained together using song mode, so you can create your own song structure in seconds. Simply hit song mode, and now...
Anyway, so I like the way it's all laid out. Okay, so he's going to go into this in a minute, but you got, like I said, you know, I wanted to get the MIDI and the audio. The audio is laid out in MIDI triggers, and then the samples basically are triggered by the MIDI on a sequencer, right? That's basically how the MPC sample part works. And then you got the modulation area, which is also MIDI as well. And so this has many things. So it has sample record, okay? So it can record the samples, and it can record you playing stuff, yeah, and resample it into it. And it can also record your modulation. So I really love to do filter sweeps and things like this, and different filter sounds like you've got going on there, like, woo, 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 on his version, in his little song there. That's what I would do on a filter sweep, either by an LFO triggering it, or doing it by hand manually. Woo, 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 yeah. So, you know, you could do that. And also, if you were messing around with the MPC here, you know, you're messing around with it and you didn't press record, you can press recall, either the recall the, you know, you play in your performance, or recall the actual, you know, MIDI information or a sample, anything that you've been doing on here. You can recall it. It's like a recall function. Reason doesn't have that. Ableton has it. Reason doesn't have that. That's annoying. Check it.
Yeah. Now for our bass line, I'm going to use 16 levels, which will pitch our sound across the pads. So as soon as I select the pad, we hit 16 levels, and now we can play a bass line.
Check it, look at my hair. Yeah, look at my hair, it's so long. Yo, it looks wrong. Yo, I look like a hobo with my beard growing like this. People called me Jesus when I used to work in a warehouse. And I said to them, that's blasphemy. You need to go and pray. Say what?
We also have different modes with 16 levels. If I hold down shift, we can actually set velocity across the pads, which is great if you're using the hi-hats. If we press it again, you can also use a filter across the.
So in previous videos about why I hadn't bought an MPC, is because I felt that I could do a very similar thing with a tablet, and you know, the MPCs that I would be interested in. Now I wasn't interested in the X, just too big, too massive. Too much space at home, it's not mobile. MPC 1 wasn't interested in that either. MPC Live 2, very interested. MPC Live 3, very interested. More interested in MPC Live 3 because of the new pads. Yeah, they've done something new. This has got the more old school pads with just like one part, not four-way split quadrant. But I did quite a lot of critical things saying that Akai was recycling the same 10-year-old, decade-old technology, which they was, until the MPC Live 3 came out. Yeah, with the 4-quadrant pads, doing something new, something different, yeah, something innovative that no other brand is doing. So, yeah, this is slightly going back a little bit. This has very similar pads to what it looks like is on the new MPK as well. But I think it's quite an ingenious, new plan of Akai. Still give you these old pads on devices like this, the more simple stuff, and give you the 4-quadrant pads as well for more complex things, But I'm just discussing some of the things about I like this because it's a good price point at $400 or £350. I know a lot of British YouTubers in the music production space really focus on the American thing, and they will never say pounds. It's £350, and they go, it's $400, guys. It's $400. Okay, you're British. You ignore all your British people, man. Yeah. If you're gonna say dollars, at least say pounds as well. £350 or $400. Okay. On my other channel, I've got a segment called Learn English, American Style. Yeah. I do lessons each and every week. That's why I've not been on here. Trust me. I'm lying to you. That's it. That's blasphemous. That's not good.
Which will open and close as you move up the pad. MPC Sample also has 4 effects engines that allows you to apply.
So it's got, I'm cutting through it because you've probably already seen everything he's saying about this anyway. So it's got flex beats, it's got LFO style modulations as well. It'd be cool if you could actually save your own modulations. It's got like a screen where it splits up into sort of 16 segments there with different effects. And if you could add your own, that'd be kind of nice. But yeah, it's the way I've seen it working. I'm not going to go into too much in this video because, like I say, you've already seen it. It's just my thoughts and opinions before I buy one, because I'm going to buy this. So, and also, I was going to buy this. I was planning on buying this. Held back a little bit because of this issue with, they're not allowing you to use MPC beats with it. That's a fail. I need to buy £100 software to get the files off to using another DAW. That's a bit of a miss there. That put me off. And also, it's sold out as well. But I do feel like I want to get this. I want to get it and grab it, take it out with me. It's small, lightweight, and less hassle than the setup I've got up here. I don't really like doing music at home. It's kind of annoying, right?
If I go into effects, we can now see all of the effects plugins available.
But yeah, it's got a lot of stuff on. It's got a lot of stuff on here. It's really useful. And it kind of, I would call it doorless, because I wouldn't call that software on there a door, It's not like the MPC, the new MPCs, where it's basically a door with built-in MIDI controls.
This loop here, I'm using this regulator. So what I can actually do now, go into Shift, and I can hit Resample. And now, all I need to do is select a pad.
Check it.
And it's now resampling that loop straight to this new pad with.
Yeah, I could have a lot of fun with this, and $400 or £350. I like it, and I told you the reasons why I like it. You're probably going to see me making music in the woods. Nobody else has done that, apart from Gnarly, of course. Nobody else has done that. Nobody's got outside and made beats and stuff outside in the woods or whatever. Nobody's done that. Nobody. I'm going to be the first. I'm going to do it at night time. That's why I'm going to be first. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. So what? Woo.